Hi, and welcome to the Senior Network. We are here today to talk about things that relate to the aging process, which I'm really excited about. My co-host today, Greg Fulton, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, excited.
This is a treat. This is our premiere show.
This is the premiere show. It's the fall season, right? New show.
It's all good. Well, Jay Mullinax has joined us. Jenny Brasington has joined us. And we're going to get the opportunity to talk to each one of you all about the aging process and things that we need to be prepared. I kind of want to start with you, if I can, sure. Greg. We have just met recently, and I am really excited about Right at Home. I want to talk about Right at Home, about aging in place. My mom and dad are moving into my house this weekend. They're 88 and 89, so this is really appropriate. Yeah. Right. Okay, but I think what I'm learning is that there are a myriad of things that I wasn't even aware of. You don't know what you don't know. Right. So I'm really excited to have the opportunity to talk to all of you. Can you talk to me a little bit about Right at Home first, and also about the role that community plays in people as they age?
Sure. Well, Right at Home is a home care agency, and I think most everyone knows about assisted living facilities and places like that where we start to age and we move out of our homes into other places. Home care is a solution for folks to be able to stay in their permanent residence that they're in. They've retired there, they worked hard for that home, and they want to be there. And that's really how home care evolved, is taking care of those folks in home. And the services can range from anything from just safety, supervision, being there, through doctor's appointments, those types of things, all the way through full-on 24-hour around-the-clock care.
What's interesting to me is he touches on, he kind of goes safety, blah, 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 blah. Safety is number one for me. Yeah. Number two for me is having the resources.
Yes.
And that comes to you, to be able to age in place. Can you talk to us a little bit about estate planning and why it's so important? And it was fun because we talked a little bit before the camera started rolling about who needs it, and we established this. We all do. So take us, though, about aging in place and why it is so important.
Well, it is important, and really estate planning is for two groups of people. One is we're living longer than ever before. There's more of a probability that all of us will become disabled in one way or another because we're living longer. You just mentioned your parents are in their late 80s. Well, 40 years ago that wasn't so common, but now it is very common. So with that in mind, we want to make sure as we grow older, with the chance of disability, that someone is there to care for us. And we do that through things such as powers of attorney, whether it be healthcare powers of attorney or general durable powers of attorney to manage our assets. And certainly if we need any medical care, those decisions can be made by an agent if someone else is not there for us.
Don't you love it? I'm like a teacher. Excuse me, my hand's up, just one moment. Because I think when we talk about power of attorney, durable power of attorney, those are words that people throw around a lot. But I know there are people who don't really understand what that looks like.
Sure. Well, what it does is it allows each individual to choose someone to make decisions when they cannot make those decisions for themselves. I mean, any of us need estate planning because we could all be in a car accident and be disabled for a period of time. But certainly as the people grow older, there's more likelihood that they may have a circumstance where they need someone to make those decisions with the doctors, etc., because they cannot inform the doctor what they want done. So
let's say, for example, my parents come at 88 and 89, and I really feel like they're not safe, and I really want Right at Home to come.
Sure.
And if I have that power of attorney, then I can make that decision. Again, from an end-of-life point of view, you're with Hospice Care of the Lowcountry, the all-time best ever hospice. Because, well, no, I mean, well, because I think they're, again, kind of weaving this story together. End of life, quality of life, choices, dignity is something that is critical, and that's something that you pay really important.
And that's what we do. It is end of life. What Greg is talking about is that safety issue, that aging in place, keeping people in their home. And hospice, we do want to keep people in their home with those resources, end of life, life-limiting illness, quality of life. It's not all about death and dying, but it is about quality. What can we do to enhance that quality, make it better, make it safer? What kind of resources can we put in the home? Nursing care, nurses' aides, round-the-clock care, therapists, volunteers, all of those types of things that can keep them home, keep them safe, and looking at their caregiver as well. It's not always just about that patient, it's about the family and the caregivers involved as well.
Exactly, and you mentioned earlier the demographics, and Jay touched on it. It's just the swing and the change of the demographics. I mean, now we're currently, about 30 million
Right.
over 65. By 2050, 80 million.
Correct.
I mean, so there's a lot of swing in the aging population, and people have to start planning and thinking about the things that we're talking about.
2027 is going to be the biggest money shift from what I understand, and it kind of comes back to you. It's funny, the whole time that Jenny's talking, I'm thinking about you, Jay, because I'm working under the assumption now, and help me out here, because you do this every day, that from an estate planning point of view, I want someone to develop a relationship with, because I'm going to need your counsel, if you will, to know how this all works together.
Right.
Do you find that you end up being as much of an advisor to your folks?
Absolutely. That's what we are as advisors. And the hardest thing for folks, I think, is if they don't have anybody to turn to.
Okay.
Many people wait until something happens before they plan. Well, that's sometimes too late to do the best thing that they could do. So it's better to meet with someone in advance of disability and inability so that you're planned and you're ready. And then when that day comes, you have a phone number that you can reach out to. And you have someone you've already discussed these things with and know what to expect so that they can answer your questions, and you're not simply picking up the phone book or going to google.com to find the first person that comes to your page.
That makes so much sense. I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break and come right back. This is the Senior Network, and I think what we're doing, we're demystifying a lot of things that people have questions about. Stay with us, we'll be right back.